Okay, let's go. So this is weekly 5-minute production app sync call. My name is Dmitry, and my point is first on the agenda. And this is a demo of what we were able to do in last week. Let me start with sharing my screen. Okay, so the main focus of this week was to make it work with SSL by default. So we kind of simplify this whole approach to certificates and don't have two different configs for HTTP and for HTTPS. So if you go to the deploy template, to the Readme usage, to the usage point in Readme, you can see that the template changed a bit. Now we require user to provide an email, and we need this so you can generate a correct certificate for you. So by doing this, you get your application deployed with SSL by default, and I can show you some of example projects that are using it right now. So let's go to the Rails project, environments. And yeah, if we open it, we'll see that it takes the current IP address of your EC2 instance, add nib.io, which is domain that translate this address to the IP address, and has a branch name which is equal to environment name, and it's running on the secure connection. So now, right from the start, right from your first use of 5-minute production app, it's already running on HTTPS, and you don't need your own personal domain to get it running. Now, if you want a nice domain, you can always do it by adding, like, buying a domain, adding an A record, and taking this IP as a target. But yeah, from default, it works. And it works on all environments. So if, let's say, in this project, I have email environment where I'm testing the email delivery, and if I open it, it also runs on HTTPS, and it just has a prefix of the environment name in it. Yeah, so that's main addition to this template itself. In the meantime, we reorganized Readme a bit, improved security a bit, fixed few things, and yeah, one of the most important things, we make the stable fit into the Readme, so there is no horizontal scrolling anymore. Yeah, that's where we spent the whole week, basically.
Well, the result is there. Should be proud.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, okay. So now there's 4 required items that you need to provide for 5-minute production app to work: is AWS credentials and certificate email, which is your email that you wish to use for generating SSL. And I'm going to stop screen sharing right here. And yeah, it's pretty much for a demo.
Cool. Thanks, Dimitri. That's super cool. I'm obsessively trying to get the number of clicks and configurations down. I think anytime we can make it simpler, that's great. I understand that for Let's Encrypt needs an email address. Can we maybe use the email address that the user has configured in GitLab? I'm not sure that gets passed to the CI job right now, but we can add that to GitLab.
Well, yeah, we probably can. we'll create an issue and investigate this as an opportunity. Anyway, it doesn't change the matter of clicks, yeah, but it's annoying that you need to retype, and usually it will be the same email you use for GitLab. So yeah, it makes sense to cut this corner.
Yeah, and also I think every project should get a service desk email by default. So that might be another thing, because with personal email, you get maybe a bit of GDPR and stuff like that, if you expose that. But I think the service desk email, that should be fair game. And then any kind of Acme, any Let's Encrypt feedback about an expiring certificate will create an issue in your project, which is like perfect.
Okay, that's an interesting idea. Can you just write it down in Readme and not in document, so we can look into it.
Yeah, I'm just making an issue for that. I think that's a good idea. Service desk. All right.
So I have this in 1A, the note.
Cool.
And then the README says the assumption is you have a Dockerized web app with a Docker file. Can we use cloud native build packs as well, or how do you? I'm not saying we should do it. I'm just asking how we think about that.
Yeah, I think we can use. Actually, I don't think the Docker file is a requirement anymore, because probably for after DevOps, when we build, like we take a build stage from after DevOps, and it's very likely that if a Docker file is not found, it will build. Make one. But I need to check out this Docker file dependency. I have suspicion it might not be relevant anymore.
Cool. Yeah, if so, then let's update the README.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
All right. If there are no more points on the first agenda item, I'll just move forward. This one is actually from Michael, but I'll just voice it out. He tagged us on issue, which is a call for proposals for HashiTalks, Feb 18th, 2021. So just adding that here, we have our issue linked. We also, I also spoke to Darby about it, and we agreed to prepare a CFP. So there's a link for that.
Yeah, the link to the doc is there. It's very, very light right now, but the idea that we're thinking of for this talk is to kind of walk through the 5-minute production app as a demo, just sort of like tell the story about why we're doing this, and then kind of get into the technical implementations. And as part of that, we have an opportunity to show off the GitLab Terraform integration, which I think would be pretty relevant to that audience. So that's kind of where we're thinking with this. If you have any feedback, feel free to throw it in that doc there. And then we'll work on getting that cleaned up. The CFP date is, January 14th. So we'll get it in before then.
Cool. The next one is also from Michael. He's linked a blog post, and then that blog post being shared on Twitter, LinkedIn, and the likes. There's a lot of resources there. There's a YouTube video as well. Just also, this is just an FYI point. Please go through them, share them, like them, and if any feedback, please share. Cool. Finally, I have a point that I can raise, which unfortunately is also from Michael, because this too was a result of an experiment that Michael was doing. Michael was deploying a static Vue.js application, and there was like a bit of Nginx inception going on, because we have a EC2 instance on which there is Nginx, but then in Michael's Docker file there was also Nginx that was exposing a static folder. So this led to the idea of why not have a variant of 5-minute production specifically for static applications, and that can be an extremely stripped out version, because all we need is a S3 bucket to host the static files. So we had some discussions around that, and I believe it is easy to implement. The question is, does it compete with GitLab pages? And then if it does, then which way do we proceed? Do we want to build this at all? Or do we want to encourage the use of GitLab pages? So those kind of questions. Does anybody have an opinion on this?
Yeah, I suggest that we just we create an issue and we like kind of produce this as a sub product of it. Like we definitely don't need to make 5-minute production app template more complex because we want to bring it to the auto DevOps, and auto DevOps is not for static websites. So I feel like it's just a good idea for another quick template that we can provide in a way like we provide 5-minute production app right now.
Can be the 1-minute production app.
Yeah.
Yeah, even less. Okay, so then the second question is priorities and when do we want to implement it and things like that.
Yeah, I suggest we'll discuss it next week, or I don't know. Like right now, let's get 5-minute production app to the state where I feel satisfied with it.
Cool. All right, DC, you're next.
Yeah, so I created a merge request. What it does, it's a merge request to the GitLab source code, and it adds 5-minute production app template to the list of the templates when you add through web editor or file editor a GitLab CI YAML files, where there is a drop down where you can choose Android, Ruby, auto DevOps, whatever kind of template. And I'm adding 5-minute production app templates there, which is based on current state of things. And yeah, we'll see. It's in the review process right now. If it gets merged, then great. If not, like, we'll see what we can do with it. Yeah, that's FYI. I should have added it. And second one is my opinion on the current stage of development. So I think that we, like, with 20% of work, we kind of reached 80% of what this 5-minute production app can do, because everything that we try to make from zero on will be like more efforts, but will be either platform specific or brings less benefits to our users. So right now in my mind is we are looking into email because pretty much every web application needs to send emails. Like, I don't know, you sign up, confirmation email or whatever. And after we manage to do that, we're going to revisit like, priorities and what we want to do, and who should lead the work on this, and and so on. So summary of it, like, demos won't be that exciting because then was like the majority of what casual developer like me would want from 5-minute production app is already there.
I'm okay with the demos not being exciting. I do think like most production apps need Redis and an email, so I think it's super worthwhile. And I'll suffer through the boring demo. So far, I still find it very exciting.
Well, we'll look into email. Redis probably will be consideration after that, and yeah, and after that we'll see what we do from there on. But my idea is that I don't want to spend like, we did such amazing progress in like, 1 month, 1.5 months. I don't want to spend another year doing things that like, 3.5 people would use or anything like that. So
yeah, I think the current issue board is it. That's what we're gonna do, and then we need to see traction.
Yeah. And even with current issue board, like, I'm revisiting occasionally these issues to see like what still makes sense in amount of efforts and use and everything. So anyway, if you disagree with any point, feel free to raise it or have discussion on the issue. Yeah, number 7, Sweet. You still have a scroll.
Yeah, I still need to scroll.
I don't.
But the biggest innovation of this week.
Okay,
it doesn't work
share
on
the
my
screen.
machine. I knew you were going to say that, and I was prepared. just there. I think, as I said last week, just add a space to this or something.
Well,
like that.
we can just cut it down like few symbols less. It doesn't. It's not. It's just like why? Like, okay, never mind. It might be a browser issue. I'm using Firefox right now for work, so that might be it. Anyway, I will do some cross-browser testing to ensure the quality of it.
Do you mind if I do it right now? Add a space there.
Yeah, I don't mind. Go for it.
Thanks. And then should we invite feedback in a README? Maybe link to, I don't know, sure we have a public Slack channel, but if not, like invite people like, hey, please open up issues in the issue tracker or something like that.
Yeah, I think in README, we should have the same, like encourage people, tell us what they're saying. And I think it's good to start with issue tracker. I'm not sure Slack, like, I don't know how others people do it, but I rarely use Slack to give feedback to other projects. It's much easier to like use the platform you are looking at the project at. So if you're on GitLab, you already have an account, you already use it or trying it, you just create an issue and that's it.
Okay, let's link the issue tracker.
Mm-hmm.
Should we add a contributing file as well?
Yeah, we should. I added a license, I added changelog, but I totally forgot about the contributing.
Cool. Now, 10, you probably shouldn't do, but I can't get the thought out of my head, so I thought I'd raise it. Should we add auto scaling so that if your EC2 instance gets removed by Amazon, it auto scales an EC2 instance back and then maybe triggers another pipeline run? This is a bad idea. We probably shouldn't do it.
Yeah, just again, contribute by creating an issue, and we'll look at it and tell you if it makes sense or not.
I just deleted it immediately.
That's how you like kind of simplify your life. You just direct people through the bureaucracy process and half of the problem.
Sometimes you just got to get it out of your mouth and then. Great, table is fixed. So it seems we're on the home stretch regarding Redis and just Redis and email. So I think we're ready for more users. And I think Michael already did a good job inviting users. But maybe it's, I think what we should tickle Hacker News a little bit. And Hacker News likes benchmarks. So I think we should do a competition and take an app that, I don't know, is popular and open source or some popular repo and say, hey, this is how long it took me to set it up in production on Heroku, and this is how long it took me to set it up with GitLab.
Yeah, we can do such thing, but I don't know, like about the timing. The most important thing is like measuring the, I don't know, what is called in English. Anyway, load on your brain, and we just can compare like, hey, I haven't used command line interface at all to deploy my application with GitLab with 5-minute production app. I don't need Ruby on my machine to install the Heroku gem to do git push, whatever, like, or such kind of thing. So we can take it in a different way, like not the timing, because timing probably would be on Heroku side, like we just do cognitive load on your brain as a measurement or something like that, and just say like.
Love it. Okay, like let's install the wire harness. I'm sure that will attract an audience even better. Yeah, we can call it the no command line production app.
Yeah. We can call it like that.
No code.
That's what it is.
Kidding.
Anyway, I'm like, I'm not the one who knows. Like, I don't like Hacker News in a way of a lot like triggering them kind of things. If anyone wants to do that, like, please, take it, and I will be glad to assist and give a comparison or whatever, like help there.
Do you think this starts with a blog post, like a blog post of like the side-by-side comparisons, and then linking that in Hacker News?
Yep, that'd be great, Darby.
Okay. All right, I can try to get something going there.
Okay, let's see what parts of the flow we have. We have this, I think. We have this. We have this. Oh, this is still, we need to Redis and mail. With this, this. This is the other thing that's still missing. Sign in to GitLab.com with your AWS account. Are we? I didn't see that on the issue board. Is that something we want to do?
This is not that I want to do here right now, because 3 is good with Terraform and everything, and this is like purely GitLab development with all tokens and everything. And I don't want to do that either. I would rather create an issue and give it a product team to work on it. Use company like our engineering machine to process it, because I don't think it's like in our particular case. I think that it's a lot of work, and it's not something we would be doing this for a month instead of all that we've done with template and Terraform.
I thought it would be easier. I thought like OAuth, we already have 5 methods, so you just add AWS.
Yeah, you still need like those secrets and everything. You log in with AWS, but then what? Like you need some API to get.
So our storyline just changed from you need an AWS account to you need an AWS and a GitLab.com account, which is doable. Cool.
And like if we take any employee in GitLab and they apply for for our corporate AWS account, and then what they're getting is exactly those AWS credentials, and then that they will use to try out this 5-minute production app. So it's somewhat fine for now.
The idea was that it's both easier to sign up for GitLab.com with your AWS account, but also that those AWS variables would automatically be generated.
Yeah, I know. So for those variables to be automatically filled out in GitLab project, you need a separate feature again. That is like, okay, it takes your AWS account that you sign into GitLab with, it asks users what project it wants to populate in, and then it creates IAM user on AWS through the API, gets those keys, and go to this particular project and fill out CI/CD variables. So it's there is nothing like it's pretty straightforward, but this is like GitLab development, and it's like with proper process of product engineering, designers, and UX and everything. And again, it's something that I can formulate into the issues and let GitLab implement it.
I just linked an issue that I think is in the issue tracker for AWS authentication.
So great. And I think that's regarding 11. And then Dimitri, if you can make an issue for 12 with the whole IAM user creation, just describe what you think should happen. That'd be helpful.
Yeah, we'll formulate this into the issue.
And the issue should be on the normal issue tracker, not the
of course. So those are the GitLab.com plus AWS. Those things belongs to the GitLab project. So the issues will be there, and that's one of the main reason why I didn't touch it at all. Why I started from different
makes sense. Cool. Yeah. And you think? Yeah, I won't be here for the next 2 weeks. I'm taking time off. I encourage everyone else to take time off. But does someone know when the next meeting is?
So next meeting will be on January 7, which is Orthodox Christmas Day. But anyway, like the point is that it will be
9 o'clock. To see it. And do we think we'll have Redis and email by that time?
So for email, my plan is next week. We don't have a demo, but I hope we get email working with freeze. Then I'll probably take some few days day off around New Year Eve, and then like January we start looking at Redis, and I don't know, like maybe we'll have it for 7, maybe not.
Cool.
I don't want to plan anything for around New Year.
No, it makes sense.
Yeah, I would be optimistic because it's pretty easy to add more AWS resources. So I think we can get it done easy.
Yeah. The point is like adding those things are easy. Like what I'm trying always to achieve is not like, to make it easy, in a way like to integrate it into your application. So you don't need extra libraries, you don't need extra anything. You saw my approach with email. Like I don't want people to like get AWS libraries in this project if they can use some generic library for SMTP and use AWS, as one of the SMTP providers. Anyway, the thing is like it's easy to make it happen. It's a bit less easy to make it easier. And we'll see what we'll show.
We'll see. All good. Thanks. Great progress, and looking forward to January